Hello students, welcome to digital class. Do you like toys? Have you played with the toys when you were children? The toy making is coming under handicrafts. Well, today I am going to discuss with you about an exciting topic, handicrafts and handlooms. In that we will see handicrafts as part 1. In that especially we study about Poliah's life, how he migrated from Andugula village to Hyderabad, how he made baskets and sold in the pavements of Chadargarh in Hyderabad, how he settled in slums and how is he suffering settling in slums. Finally, we learn about Erukala tribe, how does that name derive from Erukachapputa. We learn about Erukala language. You can see here, children, some of the handicrafts that are seen in our houses. You can see this beautiful basket made by basket makers, beautiful bangles that are coming under handicrafts. Some of the chains are made with beads and pearls. This beautiful small doll is being made of mud, and very often in your classes, in your schools, you would be making paper crafts. These all come under handicrafts. Children, if you are ready with your textbooks and notebooks, let us start. After completion of this lesson, students will be able to know about various handicrafts, understand the decline of demand for baskets in villages, get information from how the baskets are being made, analyze the financial status of Poliah's family, feel sad that forests are being depleted due to extensive exploitation by the industries, read the paragraph urban slums and reflect on the living conditions of Poliah, know about Erukala tribe and praise their skills in basket making, enjoy and appreciate Sodichapputa. Children, you can see the handicrafts here in the pictures. In the first picture you can see blacksmith is making some tools out of iron, carpenter working with the wood, potter making pots, and the weaver weaving on the handloom. Then what does it mean by handicrafts? Activity involving in making decorative items or other objects by hand is known as handicrafts. Let us see some of the important handicrafts of Telangana. The first one, Bidri craft. It is silver carvings on the metal crafts, as you can see clearly in the picture over here. It was originated in Bidar, Karnataka state, later adopted by the Nizams. The second craft is Banjara needle crafts. They use needle, yarn, mirrors, etc. to make skirts, blouses and veils. Throughout Telangana, you can see Lambadas make these Banjara needle crafts. In the picture clearly how beautifully that woman is making needle craft. The third one, Dokra metal crafts. These are made of brassware, they make dolls, decorative items. This is practiced in Jainur Mandal in Komarambim district. This is the beautiful image made under Dokra metal craft. The fourth one, Pemberti brass craft. They use brass metal to make vessels in the district of Janagam. This is the vessel made of brass. Fifth one, Nirmal art. They use wood and colors for making wooden toys and paintings in the Nirmal district. You can see cart, bullock cart with bulls and the farmer. The sixth one, pearls craft. They make chains, bangles, etc. in Hyderabad with pearls. That's why Hyderabad is known as the city of pearls. You can see in the picture the chain with beautiful pearls. Pochampalli handlooms. The seventh one, Pochampalli handlooms. Ikat sarees are made. They are the first patented handloom sarees in the world. They use yarn, dyeing colors, wooden loom. They have unique designs produced in Pochampalli village in Yadadri Bhuvanagiri district. You can see this image, the beautiful saree which is produced in Pochampalli. The eighth one, Gadwal handlooms. Gadwal silk sarees are made with yarn, dyeing colors, wooden loom. They have unique designs produced in Gadwal in Joglamba, Gadwal district. This is the image, shows how beautiful these sarees are. Let us learn about Poliah, a basket maker in this village. Poliah is from Andugula village in Madugul Mandal, Rangareddy district. He is about 35 years old, lives with his wife Bhagyamma, also works as a basket maker, survives with 3 children. They migrated to Hyderabad along with his father 30 years ago. Now lives and sells baskets on the payments of Chadargarh in Hyderabad. To make basket, we need raw material. What are raw materials? These are material used to make intermediary goods or final goods. Especially for the basket making, we use raw material wild date palm leaves, Eeta karralu. The tools used for basket making are a simple knife. The process of basket making. In the first stage, they have to collect wild date palm leaves from the forest or bushes. In the second process, shave that leaves completely. In the third process, keep them dry in hot sun. The fourth process, cut these spines into shapes and sizes, and in the fifth process, knit them together into a beautiful basket. Students, let us watch a video of basket making. The process of basket making: collecting wild date palm leaves from the forest or bushes, shave the leaves of the spines, keep them dry in the hot sun, cut them into definite sizes and shapes, knitting them into making a beautiful basket. Students, let us watch a video of basket making.
This is the wild date palm plant. These leaves are main raw material for basket making. Yallaya, by using sharp knife, cuts the spines which are healthy and in good size. After cutting, he shaves off the leaves carefully. After shaving leaves, he collects a bundle of raw spines and dries them in hot sun. This is how he dries. After drying, here we can see Yellamma, Yellaya's wife, cuts the dried spines into definite sizes and shapes which are necessary to make a basket of specific or definite size. After cutting, she wets the spines with the water to smoothen them to knit easily. They live in a hard conditions. It is the open drainage which is behind their house, prone to breeding mosquitoes, flies, and they are vulnerable for dangerous diseases. It is a process of knitting a basket. First and foremost, she creates a base by tucking under her toes the spines. It is very important to create a base for a basket like a foundation to a building. The base is ready to make a basket. Now comes to the structure. She carefully knits and adds extra spines vertically, which decides the height of the basket. Knitting vertically is a skillful act. She is doing carefully. You can witness the sheer skill of a basket maker. Being a lady, she involves in this activity. She molds the spines with gentle cuts and tucks and tapping with the knife. She cuts alternative spines to knit them carefully and beautifully. Finally, she gives finishing touches to the basket, grooming neatly, bending the tips of the spines and tucking them against each other, and cuts off all extra spines to make a beautiful basket. How beautiful it is! Fantastic skill. That's how baskets are made. Do you like the skill of this lady? Say hats off to this lady. Say no to plastic baskets and use natural and fantastic baskets. Wow, superb! How lovely it is! What a skill! What a fantastic skill! Definitely we have to appreciate Yellamma. A big salute to her. Thank you so much.
Children, have you enjoyed watching this video? This is how baskets are being made by basket makers. Let's have some questions. What are raw materials and tools used by the basket makers to make baskets? Explain the process of basket making. Procuring raw materials is an uphill task for the basket makers. They procure raw materials from their villages by relatives. Each bundle costs ₹20. They use 10 bundles for 2 months. From one bundle they make 25 baskets. From 10 bundles they make 250 baskets. It takes 30 minutes to make a basket. Poliah sells each basket for rupees 20, depends on size and material used. Income and expenditure of Poliah. In 2 months he sells rupees 5,000 worth baskets. One bundle fetches him rupees 120. 10 bundles. One bundle costs him rupees 120. 10 bundles rupees 1200. Transportation expenditure 100 rupees. Together all total expenditure for him for 2 months is rupees 1300. Total income rupees 5,000 minus total expenditure rupees 1300. He gets the profit of rupees 3,700. Just imagine, children, Poliah, Bhagyamma and 3 children have to survive with this rupees 3,700. In addition, he sells bamboo products. Do you think this amount is enough for them? No, not at all. These basket makers' life is badly affected by depletion of forests, which led to migration. What do you mean by migration? People moving from rural areas to urban areas in search of employment is known as migration. These craft persons very often migrate from villages to towns. The reason, depletion of forests due to the excessive exploitation by big industries. Demand has reduced for baskets made of wild date palm leaves and bamboo products. This adversely affects livelihood of basket makers. These days people are fashioned to use plastic baskets instead of natural baskets. That's how, as you can see in the picture, these plastic baskets are used in our houses instead of bamboo baskets or made of wild date palm leaves. Here you can observe in this picture, whole family including children migrating from rural areas to towns in search of employment. Students, let us watch an interview of basket makers and find out their troubles.
I had a short and impressive interview with a basket maker, Yellaya, along with his wife, Yellamma, in Suryapet. They belong to Erukala tribe. They are aged 66 and 50 years respectively. They have 8 children. They were the natives of Tatikallu near Nakarakal in Nalgonda district. When Yellaya was 10 years old, migrated to Suryapet and started making baskets at that early age. When he was young, he used to collect wild date palm leaves from the forest or bushes in the vicinity of Suryapet. But now he had to travel tens of miles in search of wild date palm leaves. As forests have been depleting, he could not find wild date palm leaves. Shockingly, none of his children learned how to make baskets. As there is a decline in the use of baskets made of wild date palms and bamboos and replaced by plastic baskets, there was a drastic decline in demand for basket making. It seems children show no interest or could not find income source in it. Yellaya is worried that the middleman system had also crept in basket making. That's how selling to the middleman fetches them low income instead of selling in the villages or towns. The best season for collecting wild date palm leaves was the hot summer. By the time cropping season starts, baskets will be ready to assist in agriculture activity. The couple expected the government to support them in all aspects. I suggest Erukala community children to learn how to make baskets, perhaps not as a profession, but to keep up the traditional craft work.
Now let us see, where does Poliah live? Poliah lives in urban slums in Hyderabad. What do you mean by slums? Slums are nothing but areas or streets where poor people live without basic amenities. You can see in this picture the slum of Dharavi in Mumbai. They face hard living conditions here and they look very dirty, these places. Children, women and men vulnerable for diseases. Poliah faces many problems in these slums, having no basic amenities like no proper drainage, emits foul smell, breeds mosquitoes and flies, and lack of basic amenities like no electricity, no safe drinking water for him to survive in the slums. These pictures on the screen show how these drainages emit foul smell, and this water, as you can see here, is contaminated. Poliah's hut is very simple. It is made of bamboo mats, recycled plastic bags and tarpaulin. Often his hut is flooded during rainy season, and also municipal corporation personnel evict Poliah. These pictures show his hut and flooded water getting into the huts of Poliah. Further, Poliah was denied of voting rights in city. He was also denied ration cards as they did not have identity proof or proof of residence. They can't either participate in the democratic activity or avail facilities meant for the poor. This is how ration card looks like, and the ration being distributed to the people, for which Poliah was denied. Let us learn interesting facts about Erukala tribe and their language. The tribals belong to Erukala community, live in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. The word Erukala derived from women fortune telling, Eruka Chaputa or Sodi. The language they speak, Erukala Bhasha. They use words from Telugu, Tamil and Kannada. Students, let us watch Eruka Chaputa or Sodi, which is very interesting. You can enjoy this.
Sodi, Erukala, Sodi, ఉన్నట్టు చెప్తా, లేనట్టు చెప్తా, సోది చెప్తా, నమ్మ సోది. ముట్టి ఇచ్చినవాడా, బులాక శక్తి, కలుపు ఇచ్చినవాడా, కల్లాపురెల్లు, మాతి ఇచ్చినవాడా, బలక పిలిచెన్ను, ఆకులు ఇచ్చినవాడా, అల్లేలుమంగ ఇచ్చినవాడా, బలక పిలిచెన్ను, ఆకులు ఇచ్చినవాడా, అల్లేలుమంగ. ఉన్నట్టుగా లేనట్టుగా చెప్తా కదా నాయన. ఇప్పుడు అక్క ముచ్చట చెప్పాలి నీకు. మంచి ముచ్చట భలే పోయి చూపించుకుంటున్నాను అందరికి చెప్పాలి. ఈ సోది ఎరుకలామో చెప్పింది, నేను సోది అడిగొచ్చిందని అందరికి చెప్పాలని అడుగుతున్నావు స్వామి. ఆ ముచ్చట ఏంటో చెప్పమని అడుగుతున్నావు. సోది ఎరుకల సోది అంటే తాతల ముత్తాతల కాంచి పుట్టింది సోది. ఆ సోది కాదు ఇవాళ ఎరుక.
కరోనా పోవాలంటే ఏం చేయాలా?
కరోనా పోవాలంటే నా దగ్గర ఏముంది నాయన, డాక్టర్ల కాడికి పోతే మంచి మందులు వేసుకోవాలి. నోటికి చేతులకు సాక్స్లు వేసుకోవాలి, కాళ్ళకు సాక్స్లు వేసుకోవాలి. ఎక్కువ బయట తిరగొద్దు, దూరభారం పోవద్దు, చుట్టాల భాగం పోవద్దు, సెకండ్లు ఇచ్చుకోవద్దు, అలా ఇచ్చుకోవద్దు. మన ఇద్దరం ఇచ్చుకుంటా. నాకు అలాంటిది ఏం లేదు కదా, మీ కాడ లేదు కాబట్టి మన ఇద్దరం చేయబట్టుకుంటే ఏం కాదు. చాలా మంది వచ్చిపోతారు రోజుకు.
మరి వర్షాలు మంచిగా పడి పంటలు బాగా పండుతాయా?
ఎక్కడ వర్షాలు నాయన, ఉన్న పంటలే కొట్టుకపోతున్నాయి, అన్ని పోతూనే ఉన్నాయి. కూరగాయలకేమో రేటు పెరుగుతుంది, పొలాలన్నీ కొట్టుకపోతున్నాయి. ఇంకా పొలాలు అయితే వాళ్ళకే ఉన్నది, పోతే మొత్తం మనకు తిండికి ఎంత ఇబ్బంది అవుతుందో. ఇంకేమో చిలుకలు వస్తాయట, ఆ చిలుకలు వచ్చి అయిన ఓట్లు అయినట్టే పీక్క తింటాయట. మొత్తం దేశం అటు ఇటు అయిపోతుంది కదా నాయన. ఎరక చెప్పేదాన్ని కాబట్టి మా కొడుకు అట్లా ఉంటది. నువ్వు కావాలని అడుగుతున్నావు కాబట్టి నేను ఇట్లా చెప్తున్నా. నువ్వు అడిగిన దానికి నేను సమాధానం చెప్తున్నా, దేవుళ్ళ తెలవకుండా. గాలి దొరికింది నీకు, ఆ గాలి తీయాల ఇంటికి పోయినంత నాయన ఒక 3 నిమ్మకాయలు తీసుకొచ్చి వెనక ఒకటి పోసి తిప్పి పడేది. ఏది దాంట్లో బ్రహ్మాండం అట్లా వేయద్దు, కోతల వేయద్దు, దానికి ఏమన్నా వండి పెట్టద్దు. 3 నిమ్మకాయలు తీసేసి ఆ పొరపాటు.
Students, have you enjoyed listening to Sodhi? Yeah, Erukala women practice Eruka Chaputa or Sodhi Chaputa. That's how they got their tribal name Erukala tribe. Let us look into recap of what we have learned so far. We learned about Poliah, the basket maker of Andugula village, and the process of basket making, how the forests are being depleted affect basket makers, procuring raw materials and selling baskets in the towns and cities. Migration in traditional craftsmen has become common these days because of the decline of demand. Unfriendly living conditions in the slums adversely affect these craftsmen. We learned about Erukala tribe, how they derived their name and their language, having words from Telugu, Tamil and Kannada, the word of Erukala, and finally we learned the beauty of Sodhi activity. Choose the correct option. Forests are being depleted largely because of the usage by basket weavers, big industries. Poliah buys wild date palm spines from a trader in Mandi, a villager in Andugula. Questions. The first question: make a table showing Poliah's expenditure for raw material and income from the produce. The second one: do you think people like Poliah should be given ration card and allowed to vote in Hyderabad, and why? For better understanding of the concepts, solve worksheets, please visit the official website of SCRT for the worksheets. Well students, we have come to the end of this session. So far we learned about the lifestyle of Poliah, a basket maker from Andugula village. Handicrafts like basket making require simple raw materials which are available in the nature. But whereas some of the handicrafts require raw material processed in a complex manner and use complex tools to make a final good. One such handicraft is cloth making. Cloth is made in handlooms textile industries, mills, and over the power looms. They need raw materials processed in complex manner and tools which are very complex. In the next session, we will learn how these handicrafts are made, and the cloth is made in Pochampalli village. The world famous ikat sarees are made there. In the next session, we will learn about this